Greetings, Ascension family of light, of love. My divinity to yours. Welcome if you're new. Thank you if you're returning. Thank you for all your clicks, your comments, and the love and light that you are upholding at this difficult and transformational times. Indeed, you are warriors and bearers and beacons, the way showers. And it is an incredible journey that we together unite on the vibrations of divinity into ascension. Every single day, the vibration, the frequency of love is increasing. I must tell you that there are only 0.01% of light workers on this planet. So you can begin to imagine how much work it involves for these very few dedicated souls to carry the weight and the burden of the rest of humanity on the planet. And as many of you are waking up and lighting up, you add to this statistic, and every drop of light stealthily will help tip the scales in a higher frequency. It is immaculate to see from my vantage point and that of the divine. Many of you can tap into that energy through your senses to feel this beautiful increasing light. There's a lot of darkness that is unfolding, that is surfacing, that is being revealed, and that is a very good thing. For many, it is dramatic and traumatic, and we do agree and understand. But I say to you, would you rather it all be quiet and nothing happens? It is even at that time that you question something is amiss, something doesn't feel right. And now that is happening, we question exactly the same. So we must decide which team we want to be on. What it is that we are desiring, searching, and wanting change. We cannot question everything that is happening, for we do not ourselves know the details. It is our responsibility to remain grounded and anchored, rooted very deeply in light. And it is only by being a beacon that we can shine our light to shatter the darkness. If there is anything of a weapon that can be used against darkness, it is love, it is light. That is their greatest fear, their weakness. And you and I and everyone has the power to utilize love in that way and blast this energy into nothingness. The power is within you. The power is with you. You've always had it. But it has always been the practice and the joy and the excitement of the dark to bring fear into our lives, lack into our lives, by constantly reminding us to be futuristic, so that we forget that we're living and breathing in the present. We're constantly fighting to survive for our future. So I ask you today, in humility, humanity, simplicity, divinity, to take your power back, to stand tall with the wand of love exuding from your heart unconditionally, and fill up yourself, top up yourself, maintain that energy, and then emanate it out into the world. And if you are looking for speed, everybody wants answers, everybody wants things to be sped up, hurried up, but at the same time you're afraid of what is happening. So what does Spirit do? They sit back and wait for you to decide what it is you want. So when you ask for justice, when you ask for manifestation, you need to be prepared to handle it, to understand it, to contribute, to participate, and so on. As much as there is so much darkness unraveling in the institution that is now a worldly topic, I must say to each and every one of you that your anger and hatred or any negative emotion that you feel does not help the situation. It is natural and human to feel this way, and it is your free will for how long you wish to linger in these energies. Nothing of the past can ever change. It is done. We can, however, alter through free will our present. And when we do that and consist and insist and persist in this energy, in love, light, then the future is taken care of. For every second of the future arrives in the present, not so. So if you live in the present, you will have that pool of love and light so well maintained and balanced that there's nothing else to work hard for. It is easier said than done, but you must practice. You must try with your every ounce. Nothing comes without effort, and Spirit is by your side, by my side, watching and helping. Reverting to what is taking place as a global topic, they too need light. Do not judge and criticize. Yes, I understand. You want to, you feel you need to. We are searching, and I agree. I feel this energy in such a deep and profound way. Whenever I connect with it, it will bring you to tears. But I too have to remind myself that I have a purpose here. Do I succumb to a feeling of helplessness and hopelessness, or do I anchor myself and shine my light and make a difference? And that is a choice you too must decide to make. It is important that we do send love and light to what is taking place. For when light and love builds a momentum of magnificence, then truth, realization, transparency will present themselves. Because where there is light, darkness cannot dwell. Even if it's a little bit going through the cracks, many of us together united in strength, intention, affirmation, in heart, in soul, in spirit, divinity, with our teams of sentient beings, cosmic beings, galactic beings. We're powerful, beyond, far beyond your comprehension, your imagination, or your vision. And that is what Spirit is waiting for. Each and every one of us. To hold this light fiercely, protectedly, unitedly, strongly, to shatter these dark holes and dark pockets and dark entities that have plagued our planet, that have ruined lives for centuries. And I leave you with that. I will use an instrument for the first time on camera, and I will make it a regular practice to clear energies. So if you quieten your mind and you take in the chiming, it will balance your chakric system, your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit, and bring you into a higher space of consciousness, to listen to what I have to say, to take in the healing that is expressed through my voice, and to receive any insight or revelation yourself. This symbol has been made with various metals that each correlate and are attributed to the human chakric system. So I do hope that you enjoy it. Divine Spirit of Light, Mother, Father, Creator, I invoke your energy, your love and light, your blessings, your protection, to cover me, the channel, the platform, the portal, and each viewer, each member of this family that is listening, with your infinite adamantine particles of light and love and blessings and protection, and to help each one awaken on their journey, to continue to unite in love and light wherever they are, so that we as a family of light ascending personally receive the blessings and assistance to shatter the paradigms of old, of outdated, that are stubborn and resistant, for we are the bearers, the beacons, and forever in service. And we thank you. I do ask now that you bring through the energy of Queen Elizabeth II, who will share through you her messages on Princess Catherine. And I thank you. Welcome, Queen Elizabeth. It is an honor, and I am grateful and thankful that you at this time will take time from the light and your duties to bring through what we need to hear or know or understand and become aware of and enlightened of about Catherine, the Princess of Wales. I ask you to first tell us what you wish to. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Six of Cups. It's a lot of emotion. We have the Page of Pentacles. And at the bottom, for now, we have the High Priestess, which is hiding behind the curtains for a long time in the depths of the unknown, trying to find answers, information, but very gradually we see that the curtains have opened and an appearance is being made. Be careful, for everything is not as it seems. It is slow-moving energy, but we must go within to discern what is true and what is not. For we will only receive glimpses, and even that is up for discernment and facts. The Eight of Cups is having left behind and moved away from a world that was familiar, that was well formed and grounded, that many years were spent in. And suddenly, that no longer applies. It's an energy of sadness for what we are familiar with, what we have been used to has suddenly changed. Sometimes our joys of life turn into sadness, and sometimes those sadness turn back into joy. Not all endings are happy. Not everything is a fairy tale. Six of Cups, another cup. Lot of emotion. Having moved away from the family that I once loved. I speak for Catherine. Looking upon my family is very emotive. Looking upon my world I once knew I was part of. Everything seems so small now, but still very large in my heart. And I yearn and ache for the children, for the ones I left behind, for the ones I leave behind, for the ones that are near and dear to me. My little daughter, Charlotte, as all my children are special, but this one was the flower of my heart. This one was able to comfort me in many ways. This one, the innocence, the purity, is my great concern, for I left behind a lot of me in her, and I have taken away a lot of her in me, with me. She is asking a lot of questions. She is standing at the edge between knowing and not knowing, like are my other two children. And she is trying to balance and keep it together. She speaks to me, and I hear her clearly. Like a ballerina, soft and gentle, and being bent by the rules and regulations. What else would she like to express? The Eight of Wands. Watch out. Something is coming in very quickly. Something will be announced very quickly. It will be a variety of things, little ones and large ones, but they all will be unfolding almost rapidly, one after the other, at different times, to remain inconspicuous, but they all are attached to the same strategy, the same plan, the same idea. And it all involves one person. Many different avenues, many different ideas are being played out as have already been. So listen out and watch. The 8 is very significant. 8 hours from now, 8 days from now, or possibly on the 8th. the sun. You are all waiting for information, to see the light, the truth. But it will always be hidden. It will only be half of the truth. There's a great darkness surrounding this, trying to block out the light coming in. And we thank each and every one, all of you, sending light and love to shatter this darkness, for we see it growing around this situation. A little bit more, a little bit longer, and you surely will achieve the result. A beautiful woman she was, she is. Elegant, charismatic, unique and special in her own way. One that matured and became very skilled on different levels, extending herself achieving so much, learning, training. It is hard work, but she was able to adapt through a lot of trial and error and difficulty as well, to project an image that you all became to love, to admire. Is there anything else that you wish to share from this deck before I change it? We have the Eight of Swords, a woman that is trapped, an energy that has been caged and is waiting to fly off. An energy of pain and restriction that is bound on many different levels. A physical body that is trapped. A great sadness, loneliness and emptiness. And we have here this Eight of Wands above this card. Can you see, trying to be set free, to fly away and rest? This entrapment of energy information is very stifling. So perhaps this will be coming very soon. Five of Pentacles. Dignity, integrity, wealth, health, sustenance taken away. Everything is now nothing. Left barren and bare. Still caged, still restricted from full expression. The lights are on behind, but she doesn't see it yet. All of those lights are your light the light of others and of spirit. Still very trapped. It is a long wait, and we are praying that all these little dots of light that surround her will help her. And that is what you are all waiting for, is for the sun to shine on that situation, for the light, the truth. And so are we. The Ten of Wands. It is a heavy load to bear. It is difficult to process and carry on. And for how long? It is masking, disguising, and portraying what isn't there to be there. That she is healing or doing well. It is a weight and burden, heavy, daunting, almost haunting. What was once beautiful and upright and almost perfect in its own way and right is now a particle of non-existence. It's bent over. It is no longer in this position. Thank you. May we continue with a different deck, and I ask you please to show us what is taking place around the situation behind the scenes. The Two of Swords, the Six of Coins. I'll take one, but this is supporting that energy. This is trying to find common ground and balance to bring you information that hopefully you will accept as truth, as fact. But in no way is that the case thus far. You are, many of you, are still non-believing, understanding. And this is the narrative that is being fed. For if enough of you will rise to the occasion and rise above these turbulent, dark energies that are clouding your mind, your perception, your hearts, you will be able to see what is true, and the justice, the information you look for will be sped up and quickly balanced. But I must say, you could have 100 people that's on Team B in the shadows, and you could have 10 people on Team A in the light, and that 100 people will feel that energy, but the 10 people that are standing as beacons can outnumber that 100 by light. That is how powerful you are. So it is not about quantity, it is quality. Do not take everything at face value. Take off your blinkers, your blindfolds. Open your heart and see what is real. A lot of information will come in to play on your heart and emotions. A very subtle or soft, emotional blackmail energy for sympathy and empathy to weaken your hearts so you cave in and give in to the untruth as being truth. Be very aware. It is all hidden. Can you see how much water there is? It's an ocean of deceit, of deception, and it runs very deep. Please, be wise. This is the darkness that has entrapped her. Physically, spiritedly, a power of energy, of control, manipulation, sacrifice, ritual, highly deceptive and powerful. It is over. It is over. The cycle of that particular regime is over. It has controlled and manipulated this world for aeons of time, and I too was involved in this system. I too have endured abuse, difficulty, and darkness, and it infiltrates you in such a way that you are no longer who you are. And it is now the ending. For I see it very clearly from where I am, and I do regret and repent. But I must say, it is and not was of my personal doing. This card had come out as supporting in the upright. It is now reversed. Everything will reverse. Every bit of wealth, for as long as time immemorial in this regime, institution, will now be returned. Will have to end for this energy to counterclockwise itself, to reverse itself and return to its beginning. The time has come. It is over. It is what it is. We have 2 8 of Swords. This is what took place in the dark. This is a spirit trapped in a body or around a body that needs to ascend. Is there any other message from this particular deck before I change it? She was a marked woman. One that came in unsuspecting, unknowing. One that was ambitious in everything she did, and she brought the sun, the light, the joy and happiness. She had her 3 children. This is symbolic of her 3 children that are the sunshine and light of her life. It is her legacy that she holds dearly. But in the end, she was marked. She was striped. She was tagged. Thank you. Can you tell us where to from here? We have the Queen of Cups in reverse, which is her energy. Princess Catherine, Queen of Cups, in reverse. It is over. It is over. Nothing here exists anymore. Tell us more. There's a lot of cards, and I think I'm going to reshuffle because it's all just toppled, and that is symbolic of how it has toppled. It is in reverse. We have the King of Wands that tried to show itself. very ambitious and cheerful victory, a very red and angry sky, because that's how we feel as we watch what is taking place on the earth, very angered and disorientated. When we are of the light, we clearly see, for we are not controlled by the darkness, and it is our hearts are bleeding. We have the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. This is what I should take. This was done very swiftly. It was a very high decision, meaning it came from higher up. There were many involved, but only one involved with the final execution of plan and energy. It was sharp, it was quick, it was painful. It was mental. It was well thought, well planned, well intended. Can you see to take her out? That was the goal. We have the King of Swords. So that is your validation of how strategically that was planned. The orders were given, and very quickly done and dusted. The orders were given by the powers that be for that particular energy to take that out. Tell us more, please. Help us understand this. Why was this done? The Five of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Queen of Wands, to take out the Knight of Pentacles, for someone else's happiness, to bring in someone else's happiness. A great battle by many forces of darkness. A great battle from many levels, many angles, to achieve this. An attack from every direction, brutal, gruesome, to stop a beating heart, of a beautiful and powerful woman that one day would have sat in this position, but someone else has decided to take this place. Someone else who has their mind on the prize. Someone else that wants to leave one chapter of their life and move to the next one. There's one more pentacle waiting, and that's what it is, to bring this into completion. There's one more piece of information to make that official announcement, or material, real. At the bottom is the Emperor. The decisions by the ones that are in power, and it is this particular energy now that has the children in custody, that watch them from a distance, trying not to get too involved. The Ace of Wands. It flipped, it did not come out. So I'm showing you that this is an announcement that will release the spirit from its attachment of being trapped in the astral energy, to fly away, a spirit of royalty, a spirit where the sun will shine again from the dark clouds. This darkness, this sadness, this darkness, is there any other message? To help us understand the reasons. The Page of Swords. We have the Empress. What is the Empress energy about? It's nothing important. Pay attention to the announcements. There is one coming very soon. Yes, it is. It is almost prepared for release. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Justice and the sun in reverse. And the sun in reverse. It is the justice you're looking for and wanting. You might not receive it the way you are intending to have it, but there will be more revealed that will work towards tipping the scales of justice. Because everything that has been released or given to you that has fed your people was untruth. It was not the light, the truth. It is the absence of it. And the blessing in disguise that I must say to each and every one of you is that whatever was released was good. Because if it did not get released in that way, you would not know that it is not the truth. So all of the imperfections, the flops, all of the contrived and doctored and altered, adulterated, is a blessing in disguise. Because you are noticing it. Not just the people of expertise, but the people of general public are noticing it. And that is an actual blessing. Your world has state-of-the-art equipment that could perfect that, and you would not have ever realized it was untruth. But certain things are being done on a level that you do not understand how spirit plays the game too, and helping you to see what is truth. So if you think we are not doing anything, we are. We are helping you in ways that you cannot clearly understand, but we are. And every single one that has graced your media, that has given coverage, has been untruth. And it will increase and increase until you, the population, will stand up for justice. And that is what we want you to do. Do you have anything else to share from this deck? No. Thank you. Can you tell us from this particular deck of cards what has taken place in the depths of darkness? What was her energy utilized for specifically? What was the reasons, besides us seeing a transition of a new and possible relationship? What took place in the very occult or sacrificial aspect of her energy? Whatever you wish to share or bring to light, thank you. The Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. So this was done very systematically, in order, by order. It was actioned in order. Impart tells of the past and the future can make one intelligent and bold. So this has been an energy that was used or harvested to bring more life and sustenance, longevity and energy to others, to somewhere else. It has been a practice for a long time. Vuyal procures the love of a woman and tells of things past, present and future, builds love between friends and enemies, procures the love of a woman, tempting and influencing energy, drawing it in to this particular dark cult or regime. It has been a practice for a long time. All of it has. And it creates the impression of uniting hearts and people. It is destroying lives. It is sharing multiple energies and partners. It is helping oneself to the body of another by force, by enforcement. Tell us more. The Four of Wands. Person. We have the 2, 3 and the 4. Knows all things hidden. Answers truly about things earthly or divine. It is hierarchy or a system of knowledge that is fully aware how to intervene with the earthly and non-earthly energies. When we call it divine, it is divinity of darkness. It is their truth, their belief, their practice. Trying to bring into reality pretentious, influential energy to make something look good. But the truth is hidden. It is a false energy. It is recruitment. The Seven of Cups, Jose, makes one cunning in liberal sciences, gives true answers on divine and secret things, able to turn others into different forms and convince them that the change is real. Well, that is what I just said. Is influencing in untruth to bring into a world what you think is real or making real as a balance of happiness and joy, but it is false, it is hidden, it is recruitment. And this validates how a predator lurks, sits and waits for a prey through cunning means and act intentions, using high vibrational sciences in a dark way, discreet and secretive and deceptive, with the ability to shift and change as it desires, to look good and lure, and then reveal itself A leopard does not change its spots. If you're a leopard, you will always be one. But it is also symbolic of how many times, in many ways, a change takes place, but in the end, it is ultimately the very same dark energy of control, revealing itself in many different ways and forms. And that is what takes place. That is what happens. Is you get lured into this darkness by predators of the dark that engage you in many possibilities of goodness and kindness, but that is far from the truth. It is a gift of darkness that they use to overpower and weaken and enslave the ones they hold in captivity and fear. Moon, the sun, makes one rich, smart, and well-spoken, and gathers spirits as tombs and changes the places of the dead. Very much like I was in position. An innocent girl, groomed for a role that my heart was set out, with all the mentors, the guidance, not realizing that each and every one of them were of a dark energy, controllers and workers and forerunners and minions of this dark hive mind, negative regime, colossal of energy that is ruled and enslaved for a long time. You are shown the sun, and very quickly that is taken away from you. And gradually, through a lot of control and abuse, physical, even sexual, you are then gradually, but very quickly, transformed into a different, completely different person, that you yourself forget who you are. Every single one around you becomes victim of this. Of these predators, by these predators, that you become a living dead, a body that is manipulated and controlled in many ways. That you become emotionless. You become numb to life, like I have been. And the sacrifices that I made were for the greater good of the safety of my family. And like her sacrifices were for the safety of her family. Do you wish to tell us any more? The Ace of Cups, beware, teaches philosophy and uses of herbs, heals all diseases and disorders, and brings good familiars. Energy, tinctures, pills, all sorts of concoction that is given to ingest to allow your longevity, your strength, and uphold to keep up in your work and duty. For your vessel is what is required to be in the strength and health for the manipulation and use of the Dark Masters. Very quickly, whatever you feel can be numbed and taken away through these particular herbal practices or pills and so on. And you can feel very brand new and good very quickly, but you must keep up. It is addictive. Everything is false. Nothing is real. This is the food from the dark and for the dark. Any final message before I change the last deck? Can you show us anything else that related directly to Princess Catherine? We have 3 cards, 4 cards. The Lovers, Separ, causes women to love men and brings them together in love, can make women barren. This is abuse, and it is also infertility, can make women that are fertile infertile. And what does it exactly mean? Removing of reproductive organs or taking a pill or a procedure that involves an ongoing abuse. For the activity of pleasure, but not to bear the children. Not to bear any more children. King of Pentacles, Spirit, turns any metal into gold, gives high offices and titles, gives one high offices and titles, and answers questions about the past, present, and future. Being in charge, the powers of the dark have all the power to rule, to control, to place you in a position and to also strip you of it. You could have the promise of everything for all the work that you've done, and then in the next moment that could change and be taken away from you, and you are removed. The Hermit, Focus. teaches philosophy, astrology, rhetoric, logic, palm reading, and divination in fire. These are the dark energies that are hidden, that are continually practicing in solitude to gauge energy, build momentum, that are using the art of occult to harvest energy, to maintain energy, to procure energy, all by dark, all from dark, and all for dark. The underworld that is hidden from all of you. The Four of Swords, Simes, teaches grammar, logic, and rhetoric, can make one appear like a soldier. The Forerunners, the minions, that do all of this work, that are groomed and skilled and trained to be the fly on the wall, the eyes through the cracks, that have constantly watched our every move, that are controlled through mind and enslaved through poverty, with the promise of everything for the work they do, to gallop back and forth, taking and bringing information to the powers that be. There is no escape from this type of world, except in death. Thank you. And in the final deck, I leave this open for you to show us or tell us how this will conclude. If you can help tell us of a conclusion or ending. There's the King of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. It will go down with a fight. It is already begun. A fight against the institution. A public fight against the institution. The uproar, the unrest, for the ones that are holding the keys, the wealth, the wand, the power, the authority. We do see that a lot of you understand the darkness looming, the darkness that exists, and are giving up everything in yourselves that is believed as truth to fight, to roar your truth, to shout out loud, to use your voice, your platforms, your ammunition to fight, to want the answers, to know the truth. Tell us more. How will this conclude and end? Do not give up. Continue to seek the answers. You may not receive the entire truth, and it will never be the entire truth. There have been many that have gone before my time, and still there is no full truth. But you will be able to use your discernment and unearth a lot of information. So hold on to your light and shine it on the world and the children, on the situation, for your answers. Fight with light. Emotions are overwhelming. Tears are overflowing. But trust that we from above are also joining you. But you are on the ground to do the physical. We can only help as much as the light quotient increases. And we are. Let your hearts overflow, spreading and sending more light to the world. And you will very quickly see results. The world. The closing of an old chapter for a new one, and bringing peace to your world and justice to your world, for a new world, a new energy. Raise your vibration like the one I speak through often says. Stand in the light, for the light, of the light, and from the light. And you will see the change in your world. It is here. It is preordained. It is moving, evolving, revolving. And you are doing your best. And so much more. In a final message, in closing, the Chariot. It is happening very quickly, the balance of light and dark. And the light of the stars descending upon each and every one of you, human stars. Hold the wand of magic and sprinkle it all over this world, for a new world, one that I have left behind, and the one that I'm cheering ahead. You are forever loved, and I know the pains in each of your hearts, and I do repent and regret, and I will make every effort I can to stand in front and help you all till the end. You are the drivers. Steer your vehicle of light with pride, and let the tide of light shine bright in your world, and overflow into the oceans. And let the sun warm your hearts and love you and every human being in the same resonance and essence of divine love, divine light. I thank you, Divine Spirit. I thank you, Queen Elizabeth. I thank all my guides and guardians for holding the light, bringing the message, and sharing it with each and every one of us. Thank you. Family of light, I thank you for your love and support and patience in bearing with us in these lengthy messages that need to be detailed and descriptive. And we cannot ever rush spirit. Our next reading with Queen Elizabeth will be on Prince William. She has given the order in which to do the readings. So we are doing Prince William next. And I thank you and love you. In light, shine bright, stay blessed. Till next. Namaste.